Hey, welcome back, viewers. Thank you for watching. This is Shedding Scales. So today we are going to do a water change and a Fluval 50 hang on the back filter cleaning. I've already done one in the past of the Fluval 20, so this one's just a little bit bigger, and of course it's on a different tank. So this is the tank that it's on. This is the one that has the guppies in it. It's also got yo-yo loaches and possibly a zebra loach. Still not 100% on that yet. And it's also got artificial plants. So I've ordered some substrate. So once I get the substrate in, I'm going to be doing a rescape on this, plus going to be showing you how to clean artificial plants. So that will be coming in the near future. So stick with me for just a minute here, and I will be starting this process. Alright, welcome back. So the first thing you want to do, of course, is unplug your filter and your heater, because once the water level drops down so far, you don't want the heater to be exposed to the elements without having water there and possibly burn up your heater. So reach under here, unplug the filter and the heater, get those done. Sorry folks. Anyway, as you see under here, I got my food that I use. I've got my tongs for when I bring them the live fish cubes, and I've also got shrimp pellets under there too. Because at one time I was thinking about putting shrimp in here. So yeah, we got those turned off. So now I'm just going to get the filter off of there, and we're going to go ahead and drain the water. I'm only going to do about 5 gallons because I just did a water change just a few days ago. So we're just going to do 5 gallons, and then I'll show you how I clean the filter. Okay, so I got the filter out. I only put about 2.5 gallons of water in this bucket. So that way I can clean the media and stuff in this bucket. And as you tell here, you can see there's 2 little loops here on the top. You just squeeze those together, pull the basket right out. I'll let the water drain. And I just drop it down in here to the bucket. And I always look inside this basket here, especially in this one because it's guppies. So you never know if there's a baby in there. Hopefully there's not, which in this case there's not. There's nothing, oh, yes there is too. There's a little baby in there. See that? I almost dumped this water out and would have dumped the baby right into the this bucket that would have went down the drain. So bear with me just a second. I'm going to get this baby out of here, and then we'll continue. So I got the filter out, and I've already brought the media in. So if you can see in there, a little baby guppy swimming around right there about in the middle. It's just a itty bitty thing. Them guppy babies are super small. Ideally I should have a sponge filter on this tank, but I wasn't really necessarily breeding in this tank, so it's kind of an accident that happened. And somehow or another the babies still end up living even after being sucked through the filter. So I'm going to put this guy in there, and I'm going to provide him some cover so he doesn't get eaten. Alright, I got that baby in there. He went straight to that plant there in the middle. He's got plenty of cover in there, so he should survive just fine. As you can tell, a bunch of these other little ones, they were that size at one time. So anyway, now that I've got the filter out and I've got it disassembled, so now you take this motor off, and just turn it, and it pops right out. I'm going to put this in here, and then I'm going to take this impeller out, and I have a little handy dandy toothbrush here. So I just take the water and kind of scrub it lightly, as it is magnetic, so I want to make sure that it has a good connection with the pump. And you got to be careful because this is plastic, so you want to make sure that you don't break anything. And then I always take this and kind of just do a little scrub inside here, try to free it of any debris, hopefully no fish. And I just realized I forgot my other little brush, so I'm going to try to attempt to use this guy. Oh yeah, this works good. Okay. Alright, So now that I got that clean, there's actually quite a bit down in there, so I'm glad I did that. So now this will have a really good connection, and hopefully it'll make it spin a little better. These Fluval hang on the back filters are probably by far the best hang on the back filter I've ever owned. But I just take a toothbrush and I just scrub the walls down in here a little bit. Give it a good scraping. For whatever reason, there's always algae that builds up right here on this one. Doesn't happen on my other one. I'm not sure what the deal is with that. But as you see, it just scrapes right off, so no big deal. Give it a rinsing. Put that over here. And then with the tube, take the tube and I scrape the outside of it real good like this. Take the toothbrush inside. I hurry and get done with this toothbrush before my wife finds out I used her toothbrush to clean this filter. She might not be too happy with me if she finds that out. No, I'm just kidding. It's a retired toothbrush. Probably was hers at one time though, being it's pink. So anyway, you can see this tube is nice and clean now. Always a little bit right there at the very bottom. That's just really hard to get out. Then I got the other piece here. So I do the same thing, scrub the outside of it real good. I keep up with my filters though, so I don't really have to worry about this stuff getting too caked on and being a little too much to when it comes time to clean it and get it out of there. So I got that part nice and clean. So I'm going to hook this back together. I'm going to put my motor back up inside my box. You just stick that in the hole there and turn it and it seals it up. And take this piece. Nope. I lied, I forgot a piece, sorry. You got this little plastic piece here that sits right on top of the impeller. Clean it up real quick. I try to do these filters about once every 2 weeks. And if you notice, I used tank water to clean them with, so I'm not ruining any type of cycles that's going on inside the tank. I'm using tap water, and I use water from my 30-gallon barrel downstairs to put water back in that filter. So here we have the biological media. So I just rinse that out a little bit, try to get the the loose debris, detritus, whatever's on there. This is filter floss, or pillow stuffing, if you want to call it that. You see I have my new stuff here compared to the old. I don't reuse this, I always just go ahead and replace it. There's enough existing media that I don't have to reuse it. This is the coarse sponge that goes in the bottom of the basket. So I'm going to rinse it out here in this water. The water was clean, now it's pretty dirty. And I still gotta get another 2.5 gallons of water out too out of the tank. So now it's a lot better. And I grab my basket out of here. That's not too bad. Kind of give it a brush and knock that stuff loose. I'll shake it around in the basket. Or in the water, I mean in the bucket. Alright, then you take your basket, stick your coarse sponge on top of it like so. And I always use this here. I'm going to try to get it to soak up some water from the bucket here. And then you just stick your biological media here on top of it. And just shove it down in the back in the filter, like that. Stuff it down in there a little bit. Alright, I'm going to finish this water change, and then I'm going to put some water from my barrel, which I've got another bucket sitting right over here. So I've got water from downstairs. Fill it up, put it on there, drain the rest of the water that I'm going to use to change, and then we'll continue from there. Alright, so now that I did the water change, I got the water dumped out. Getting ready to put fresh water back in this aquarium. I did notice while I was doing the change, I did find 2 more babies, at least 2 more, and I put them in here. And as soon as I did, they swam around for a second, and then they went to cover. My wife was watching them, so hopefully they'll make it. I am going to do a regular guppy breeding setup as soon as I get the opportunity and the means to do so, and then we won't have to worry about babies being lost due to predators, if that's why some of the others haven't made it. It may be because they're not getting the proper food as babies are supposed to get. So but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'd say there's at least 8 to 12 that did make it from the very first one. And the other thing I'm trying to figure out too is I know there was a couple of these females that were pregnant, as it looks like they still are. So these babies that I did just find, I'm not sure which female they came from. So that's going to be a battle to try to figure that out. Or maybe they were already in the middle of having the babies and they stopped and they're going to continue later on. I don't know. I'm thinking it may be this one right here with the bent back. She doesn't look as fat as she was when I had her. That's the one I had in the net breeder. So it may be her. She might be done. She doesn't look as swollen anymore. But now I've got this other gray one right here. She's plumping up quite a bit, so she'll probably be the next one. But like I said, once I get the proper setup, or I take the females out of here and just do a male tank, or vice versa, this is the tank my wife really likes, so I'll let her decide what she wants to do, or we may end up just doing something completely different. May end up doing a beta sorority or something of that nature, who knows at this point, but we'll do something with it, and I'll always, I'll make sure I keep you guys posted. Let me finish filling this tank up here. Alright, we're all done with that one. Well, I plugged in the filter and it kicked right on. So the part that I've had the issue with before, as far as the filter not kicking on like it's supposed to, well, it did. So it worked fine. Water change went great. Everybody's fine. I got the babies put back in there. Of course I can't see them. Wish I could. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. I appreciate all the support. And thanks again for watching and being with us. Shedding Scales out.